Hi, this is Matthew Robert Payne. I'm the author of 201 books on Amazon under the name Matthew Robert Payne, and I'm the creator of 5,500 videos here on YouTube. You may have surfed in and saw this topic, the Great Wealth Transfer Delusion, Kat Kerr exposed. There's a teacher called Kat Kerr who apparently goes to heaven every day and experiences heaven, and has got a big ministry traveling from church to church, sharing about what heaven is like and her encounters in heaven. And she teaches that in times coming, she never tells the actual date that it's going to happen, but she discusses this thing called the Great Wealth Transfer, where is a scripture in the Bible that says, "And the riches of the wicked will be laid up for the righteous." And she teaches that you could have part of this great wealth transfer. And I had a friend for a number of years who read about 50 of my books, put in a great investment in reading my books, and wrote reviews for my books, were pretty close as friends. And she was a follower of Kat Kerr, and she was convinced that she was going to have God put $1 million in a bank account. And I just got to ask you a question. If you had $1 billion, enough to give away and share with people, would you share your money with people who have got a reputation of sharing their money with the poor and doing good things with their money? Would you share your money with someone who gives about 1 or 2% of their income to charities or to God or services of God? Or would you share money with someone who gives 20 or 30% of their income to God or God's services or poor people? And how would the money come across? Would the billionaire just put the money in your bank account without having any sort of relationship with you? You just go down to the bank one day and you've got $1 million in your bank account. Or would you have a relationship with the billionaire and have a good relationship with him, and him understand that you're always doing good research and you're always funding good Christian ministries out of your finances, and he just wants to spread his money around and do good things with his money, and he knows that you're a good researcher and you invest your money in good places? First of all, it would make sense that you, as a person receiving $1 million, would actually know the billionaire and have a relationship with him. And very few Christians who listen to Kat Kerr or followers of Kat Kerr or followers of that principle really understand God and have got a good relationship with God, the billionaire. And another high percentage of Christians that believe in this great wealth transfer aren't big givers themselves. They don't give 20 or 30% of their income to ministries or people who are poor. They're generally only giving 2 to 3% of their income to God, and that's like grudgingly. It's very interesting to see people who don't give money to God right now suddenly thinking that they'd give 10 or 20% of $1 million to God when they're given $1 million. If they get $500 a week or $2,000 a month, and they're not giving more than $50 a month to God, now what makes them think that they're going to give a higher percentage when they get a lot of money? You'll find that they'll buy a bigger house, a bigger car, better clothes, and more appliances, and they won't necessarily give 20, 30% of their income. So I've been watching a TV series called Dragon's Den, where multimillionaires five multimillionaires sit in chairs, and people with businesses come and pitch their businesses and their business opportunity to the multimillionaires, and they listen and ask questions and then eventually decide to give the entrepreneur money and stake a percentage in the entrepreneur's business for them to get as a return. And that's a good thing if they're going to give $60,000 to an entrepreneur at 10%. That means the entrepreneur's got to make $600,000 profit over $600,000 in turnover in the next couple of years to pay them back that $60,000 that they were loaned. So 10% has got to be at least $600,000. So there's a risk that the entrepreneur takes, and these entrepreneurs are smart businessmen, and these millionaires are smart businessmen and women, and they just don't shell out their money to anyone. Well, just like these smart millionaires on Dragon's Den, God is smart too, and he's not going to shell out his money to a person who hasn't got a good relationship with him, number one. Number two, that aren't givers, that people that aren't being responsible with the money they've already got. So I feel even though there's a scripture saying the riches of the wicked will be laid up for the righteous, I think that the term righteous might have a different definition there than just one person that's just doing good. I think those righteous are a very select group. Number one, having a good relationship with God, and number two, being already experienced givers and people that God can trust with finances. So I believe what Kat Kerr preaches and teaches is a delusion in her own mind. You'd think someone who was so confident, so sure of that great wealth transfer happening, you'd think it would have happened to her first or happened to her already, and it already hasn't. She's got a book called Revealing Heaven, book 1 and 2, and it's not even available on Kindle. It's not even available as an ebook. You've got to buy it from a website, and a website's a very unprofessional website, certainly not made or put together by someone with money. And you'd think the Great Wealth Transfer would come to her first, but hasn't come to her. And the only people in Christian ministry that seem to have a lot of money are people who preach a prosperity gospel sort of pyramid scheme to people, and they're the only ones with money in the kingdom. Another thing I'd like to share is you've got to give God a way that he can give you money. Sure, he can put $1 million in your bank account as a miracle, but mostly you need to be in business and God to be able to help your business generate clients and generate money and generate income. And if you're just on a small-time wage of $20 or $30 or $50,000 a year, and that's your income, you've just got a job, you haven't given God a way that he could give you $1 million. So that's another point to consider in this video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I can't see myself getting $1 million, and if I did get $1 million, I'd give it to Heidi Baker's ministry or Andrew Womack's ministry. I wouldn't spend it on my own things. So I know how to give $100 here and there to certain ministries, and I certainly would supply them. But if I got $1 million, I know that Heidi Baker would do a really good job with it, and I'd be sending the money on there. So I hope you were impressed by this video. If you listened to this point, this stage in the video, please press like or thumbs up on the video. And if you're a regular listener of mine or you want to make a comment, I'd appreciate a comment. God bless.